Hello, my name is Martin Tully, and I'm a sales engineer here at Portnox. And what I wanted to demonstrate today is the added value that our Agent B can bring to remote workers connecting via VPN. Now, this is coming off of our Zero Trust webinar that we had the other day. If you'd like to see that webinar, please visit our YouTube channel so you can see that. But what I'd like to do is demonstrate how we can do a risk assessment on a device before it actually connects via VPN and back into your network. So let's take a look at that. So right now, what we have here and what we're seeing here is we're in the Portnox tenant. And in my dashboard, I'm actually in the alerts section right now. And this particular video, assuming that you've already set up your Radius service, as well as setting up an authentication repository. So if you haven't tried out the agent and you've never downloaded it, the agent is available here at clear.portnox.com/agent install. As you can see here, we do support all these different varieties of OSs for Windows.exe, MSIs if you want to distribute these out by GPO. And again, if you have some sort of MDM solution, whether it's Intune or Jamf or Kanji, we're able to push out the agent and push it out on a silent install as well. So let's take a look at that. So one of the first things we want to do is set up a policy, and then we're going to assign that policy to a group. So let's take a look at the policies. So when I go into policies, I have access, risk, and remediation. I'm going to do a risk assessment. I've already created a policy called VPN agent. And when I click on edit, you can see here we have all the different OSs and the different types of attributes that we can look at. We'll take a look at Windows for this specific demo. You can see here we have geolocation, dormant. We can take a look at applications, open ports, Windows registry, administrator privileges, peripheral devices. So the agent can take a look at a lot of different types of attributes. What we're going to focus on today is the firewall. You can see here I have set that to a score of 90. And what does that translate to? Well, if you take a look up here in that sliding bar under translating risk score into actions, 90 actually will trigger a block level effect for that device. So allow is 059, alert 60 to 89, right now block 90 to 100. These sliders can be moved very easily, but for now, we're going to leave that as a block level action. So that is my risk assessment. So the agent also has the ability to do remediation. So if I take a look at the remediation in for Windows, you can see it can do quite a few things. One of the ones that we're doing here is we're doing a firewall start. So when the firewall stops, right, the agent will be able to restart that firewall. Same thing for antivirus, antivirus updates, right? You can disable bridging. You can run a login script or periodic scripts, right? So different things that you can do. For Mac, you can do these specific things. And so you can see here, I have my SonicWall VPN group. In that group, I have some members. And again, I've set this up in my authentication repository. Here's my Google Workspace that I'm using. Under settings, I have a access policy, a VPN agent, risk assessment policy, and a remediation policy, which we set up previously. As we go further down here, you'll notice that I have wireless, wired, and VPN access. You notice that I do not have enabled any type of wireless or wired for this group, only VPN access. So I've enabled VPN access for accounts in this group, allowing credentials and certificates. Push to access, which means basically like a multi-factor authentication. I'll get a little pop-up on my screen saying that the agent that there is a connection being made when I do that VPN connection. And I can, of course, validate the risk scores for all those managed devices. So that's what we have there. So let's take a look at the agent. The agent, you can see here the agent is running. You can see about, right, I've already registered the agent. So when you download the agent, you still need to register it. And to register it, basically, you would set any type of authentication repositories you set up. The user can select that, authenticate to come back, and then the agent will be registered. So that's what we're seeing here now. So the agent is registered. I'm going to open up a firewall. As you can see here, here's my Windows firewall. You can see that they're all on. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to disable the firewall. So I'm going to say off for the domain, off for private, off for public. I'm going to hit apply. You can see here that everything has been turned off. the agent is doing a sync. Let's take a look at the alert. So on alert, no alerts yet, right? But again, the agent is syncing up now, and we'll wait for it to come back. We'll do another sync here. And there we go. So now we can see here that the device is blocked. Under notifications, we've hit block level. And you can see here that I reached a block level. Now here's my VPN connection. I'm going to see if I can make a VPN connection. So it's preparing that VPN. I'm connecting. So the user has no idea that maybe the firewall got turned off. You can see here that the VPN is connecting here. So it's preparing the connection. It's trying to verify the user. It says, here's my MFA. And you can see here I got a login failed, incorrect username and password. But what should come up here is that there is a VPN access denied policy due to a violation. So again, it is because the firewall service is not running. So the firewall is still off. Let's take a look at the agent and see what the agent is doing here in the background. Let me go find the agent. And you can see here now that the firewall is turned on again. So the agent turned back the firewall back on. It is doing a sync right now. And as soon as it finishes the sync, it should take off the device's block. So the end user, if they did bring this up, right, they could see here that the device does not meet the company's compliance. No personal firewalls installed or running on this device, right? So they'll be able to see that. Let's do one more sync, see if this goes away. And so there it is. So now the device is healthy. So I'm good to go. We should get an alert here saying that the device has been, one, that the agent took an action and that there is no longer a problem. So if I bring back my VPN connection and I say reconnect, I should not have a problem now. So I'll say connect. It's verifying the user. Again, I get that MFA. I hit allow. It's checking for updates. And we should see a successful connection here once it's done doing this connection here. And again, I'm just running the Sonic Wall VPN on a VM, so it's not really doing much. It's more of a fake. And there it is, VPN authentication success. that I was able to connect via VPN. Also, you can see here that the agent did do a preventative action and it did execute. So again, the added value of the agent can bring to remote workers connecting via VPN. I hope you enjoyed the video and look forward to doing more. Bye-bye.